In a scene straight out of a great Hollywood movie, a Burt Lancaster movie, 7 Days in May, the military-industrial complex appears terribly, terribly worried about what President Trump's presidency might mean for them and for the country, and they're planning a resistance from inside our Pentagon. Pentagon officials are reportedly holding informal discussions about how the Department of Defense would respond if Donald Trump issues orders to deploy active duty troops domestically and fire large swaths of apolitical staffers, career government employees. One Defense Department official telling CNN, "We're all preparing and planning for the worst case scenario, but the reality is that we don't know how this is going to play out yet." Another saying to CNN, "Troops are compelled by law to disobey unlawful orders. But the question is, what happens then? Do we see resignations from senior military leaders, or would they view that as abandoning their people?" Now, this literally is an insurrection. I spent 10 years in the Pentagon as a journalist. My office was in the Pentagon for 10 years. This is literally a coup, an insurrection. This is an uprising inside of our military. This shouldn't, I hope they're not having the discussions in English inside the Pentagon, because this is the stuff of third world beep hole countries.
I mean, given some of the policies of the Biden administration, very possibly they could be speaking in other languages, given the people they've been letting in. And I talked to some of the people who are looking at joining the next Trump admin about this in particular. And Mike Waltz, who's a Florida congressman who's been floated as possible defense secretary, has already sort of seized and pounced and leaped and everything that Republicans do on this report. And I was talking with Derek Anderson, who's my friend, who just came in very dangerously close second, unfortunately, in a House race in Virginia, who, people are looking at him in the Trump admin as well. And he noted to me that a lot of the sort of second-tier officials, Senate-confirmed officials in the Biden Pentagon have never even seen combat. So it's interesting that they are trying to freak out about Trump when we should probably still be making sure that the world is not fully on fire by January 20th. The world is not going to end, right? In the meantime, we have to make sure that we are staying on these threats. Biden is literally asleep, as we'll talk about probably right now.
Yeah.
It's 10 p.m. He's definitely asleep. And the Pentagon should be focusing on other things, probably not stopping the duly elected president's plans.
Now, the military-industrial complex, Jason, has been very busy during the Biden-Harris administration. This, and again, I spent 10 years in the Pentagon, this is completely out of control. We've never seen anything like this in our lifetimes.
Yeah, I wonder if it's motivated probably by that Supreme Court decision that he can do things that would otherwise be determined to be illegal, but if it's within the confines of something that he's doing for his office, he can do it. And I think that certain people are afraid that they may get an illegal order. And, if you are ordered to do something illegal, you should not do it.
You learn that your first week in the
there's
military.
I don't know,
Right.
there's White House General Counsel, that kind of, there's people in place that if you bring up an idea and they're like, well, we've run the legal traps, you can't move forward with it.
Right.
They won't move forward with it, number
That's
one.
right.
But I have to say something. At least this shifts gears from their DEI initiatives where they spent so much money just trying to, only focus on DEI and focus on other LGBTQ
This sounds like a lot of white rage that's going on.
I do, but it looks like it sounds to me like it is the political
Chiefs.
Pentagon leadership, that it's more the political folks more than
This is radical, this is extremist, this is extremely dangerous, this is outrageous. There needs to be an investigation into these people. We had the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Thoroughly Modern Millie, on the phone with Chinese General Li, ironically, reassuring him that he had Trump in a box. This is an insurrection. This is treasonous, traitorous stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Millie's actions absolutely veer dangerously close to treason, the legal definition. But also remember, the civilian control of the military is part of the backbone of not just our democracy, but the history of a republic. That is crucial to it. That way you don't become a military junta dictatorship. But, that's probably why Bill Kristol and Liz Cheney and all those guys hate Trump so much.
Honestly, I mean, this is the stuff of Hollywood lunacy. We'd say that could never happen, and it's happening today.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.